A special assessment into dog-based cardiac research at St. Joseph's Healthcare in London has cleared the program of animal welfare breaches.
The review found that our animal research is compliant with all ethical, professional, and regulatory standards. It also looked at whether the research we were doing on dogs was scientifically justified and valid, and the answer to that was yes.
The third-party report follows an independent review by Western University's Animal Care Committee and the Canadian Council on Animal Care last fall. Investigators reviewed records, conducted site visits, and interviewed staff. They concluded the dogs had appropriate bedding, enrichment toys, and socialization programs. But while the report cleared the research team of wrongdoing, it also found communication failures.
The review also had a couple of recommendations for us. One was to say, although you weren't doing it secretively, could you have been more transparent about the work they were doing to the general public? And the recommendation was yes, we could be more transparent about that work going forward.
The research program has since been halted, and the remaining dogs have been transferred for adoption. However, animal rights organization Animal Justice says the review's focused on the wrong issue.
Nobody has ever alleged that this case was problematic because they didn't follow the rules. And in fact, Animal Justice didn't even file a legal complaint with authorities because we didn't believe any laws were broken. The issue that I think the rest of the public in Ontario came to agree with us on was that these experiments never should have been conducted in the first place.
The head of Western's Animal Care Clinic, Arthur Brown, says he understands the outrage over the use of dogs in research, but stresses the importance of the work.
I can't imagine a person who wouldn't feel bad for the dogs. But at the same point, you have to also recognize that stopping the research also has the ethical consequence of perhaps slowing down the research and thereby increasing human suffering.
Proposed provincial legislation is now being discussed that would ban certain experiments on dogs and cats. St. Joseph says it is working to improve transparency moving forward. The two recommendations outlined in the review must be addressed by February of next year. Reta Ismail, CTV News.